Hi, my name is Paul. I'm from Brain Teasers A to Z, and today we're going to do fractions. We're going to multiply fractions and divide fractions. Fractions can look difficult, but basically they're just numbers, and numbers can be solved. So let us look, and we'll choose some simple stuff. So we're going to come up here and we're going to do 6 divided by 13, and we will multiply that by 7. We put a cross line through there to show that it is a 7, and the 7 is over 15. Okay, so that's our first fractions, and it doesn't matter what they're made of, because the method is always going to be the same. When we're dealing with fractions, the method is always the same. So what we're going to do with this is basically multiply. So we put it all over one big plus and minus, denominator and numerator. So 6 times 7, 7, and 13 times 15. Now I could have done it a different way, but we're going to do it this way now. So 6 sevens, 42. So that equals 42 at the top. 42 divided by 13 times 15. Right. 15 threes, 45. 15 ones is 15. So 195. Let us hope that that is correct. So 195. 195. So that is 13 times 15. We could have done it the more complicated way and done it 5 threes 15, 5 ones 5, 6, 65 plus 130. Same answer. That's the good bit. Okay, so what we can do is reduce this now. We can divide 3 into the top, and 3 into that equals 1. Carry 1, and that's 12, and that is a 4. So that's going to be 14 divided by, and again, we divide the top by 3, we have to divide the bottom by 3. So 3 into 19 goes 6, and 3 into 15 will go 5. So it's 14 divided by 15. Okay, so that is our first answer. Now, the real question is, was it difficult, or was it not too bad? Let's just clean this up a little bit here. That's better. Yeah? So it's not that difficult. It is just numbers. Numbers are easy because all we have to do with numbers is add, minus, multiply. When we're dealing with fractions, it's add, minus, subtract, and divide. You do not have to worry about difficult fractions. Just think of it as numbers. It is a method. So the method we used, we started with 6 times 13 times 7 times over 15, and that equals 6 at the top, 6 times 7, and at the bottom 13 times 15. 13 times 15. Okay, we then work that out. 6 sevens 42, and 13 15s 195. We then divided the top by 3 and the bottom by 3. 3 into 4 will go once and 1 over, it's 14. And at the bottom, 3 into 19 will go 6 times 1 over 15, it's 5, 65. So there we go, 14 over 65 is the correct answer and the final answer. Nothing too difficult there. Okay, let us look at doing the next equation. Okay, this is going to be more difficult. Why? Because we're going to make it more difficult. 3, 6 divided by 13 times 1 and 7 15ths. So to make it look worse, we took the top fraction 6/13 and we put a 3 in front of it, and we took the right hand fraction 7/15, put a 1 in front of it. Now we got to work out what that means. This is where it gets fun. Okay, so this equals, right, what are we going to do? Well, the first thing we have to do, again, it's a method. First thing we have to do is change 3 and 16/13 into a large fraction. Okay, and the way we do that, we multiply this 13 here. We multiply this 13, there it is, by that 3. And 3 13s equals 39. Plus 6 is 45. So we've now got 45 on the top there. Yeah? 45 on the top there and 13 on the bottom. And we're going to do the same with the other now. Times 15 plus 7, so it's 1 times 15 is 15 plus 7. Said we do pluses. Plus 7 is 22. So we got 22 over 15. And that is our easier thing to resolve, because what we can do now is put it all over one number. So we got 45 times 22. Well, we're not going to mess about with 45 times 22. We're going to break it down, because what we have, and I will change the color to blue, we have a 45 here, okay, and a 15 here. And 15 and 45 are divisible. So we can divide 15 into 45 and get 3. So we go up here and we get 3. So there's nothing too difficult there. We get 3. 15 divided into 45 is 3. And over here, on the right hand side, to balance it, it's a 1. So we just put it down as a 1. Times 1. Times 1. Okay? On the left, we got 13 on the left, here, 13. And above it, we've got to do times 22. Again, nothing difficult. I'm sure we are saying that basically 22 times 3, I can cope with that. It's not a major problem. So let us look. 22 times 3, 66. Yeah. 13 times 1, 13. Again, nothing too difficult there. And that equals 13 into 66 will go 13, 26, 52 will go 5 times. So we'll go 5 times. So the answer is going to be 5 and a little bit over. So 5 times 5 3 is 15 is 1. And 1 over 13. So there you go. What was difficult in that? What was difficult? I'm looking. What was the most difficult thing we did? None of it. It is a method. Methodology is the key. Nothing more. We have to ensure that our method is correct. I'm just going to try and improve that multiplication sign there, because it doesn't look too good. A little bit better. Not brilliant. Okay. So we've done 2 equations, 2 problems. Let's look at the third one. And the third one again is 613. So we will do it in, we'll do it in black. So we go down here, 6 divided by 13. And this time we are going to divide by 7 divided by 15. Yeah? And straight away we go, OMG. Panic, panic, panic. Right, the first thing you've got to do is never, ever panic. The reason is, if you panic, your brain will seize up. What you've got to do is stay relaxed. So you've got to look at 613 divided by 715. How am I going to do that? Well, it's easy. You flip the fraction behind the divide sign. You flip it, and I will show you. So it is now 613s, and we're going to do, because we're flipping it, we change divide to multiplication. And this time, because it's flipped, we put 15 on top, and it's divided by 7. So again, look, is there anything complicated now? 6 divided by 13 times 15 divided by 7. They're little numbers, not big numbers. Nothing is too difficult. It is a method. As long as you understand the method, the answers just come off easily. And that's how you get high marks in maths, using the correct method. Even if you make a mistake at the end, if you use the correct method and shown that you've used the correct method, you will get almost top marks. So do not worry. Okay, we're down here. We have 6 times 15. Okay, well, 6 times 15 is 60, 6 5 30. I guess that's 90. 6 5 is 30. 6 1 7. Yeah, it's 90. 90. And 7 13s, 7 3 is 21, 7 1s is 7, 8 9 is 91. And there is the answer. Again, was it difficult? It was. The only difficult factor was the divide. So let's look at that. We go across here, and when we see a divide, we bring the top to the bottom and to the top and change the sign to multiplication. Change the sign to multiplication. It is that simple. And after that, you can look at it and go, oh gosh, this is so easy. And that's what I want you to think. It's a method. Concentrate on the method, not the numbers. Numbers will make you panic. Method will make you feel comfortable. Okay? So let's look at the final equation now. Because we did that, 90 divided by 91, happy. So this time we got, again, and I want this to be in red, so we were going to do 3 6/13s. Yeah, and this time we're going to divide by 1 and 7/15. So straight away you're going to go OMG. This is not easy. And in fact, as it looks at the moment, it is difficult. I mean, there is nothing there we can work on. It's really difficult. So what have we got to do to make it easy? What we do, we bring it into something we understand. So 3 and 6/13 is 45/13. We calculated it in the previous bit. So it's 45/13. Nothing difficult there. Okay, we got it from up there. And then we keep the same situation. We go divide, because we're not doing any division at the moment. We're just organising ourselves. And 17/15 is 22/15. So that's 22/15. Okay. Now, do you remember, what do we do to convert divide to multiply? What do? We flip. We do the numerator to the denominator to the numerator. So again, we can be clever. We can go equals 45 divided by 13 times 15 divided by 22. Okay, now that is a lot easier than the previous equation. 45 divided by 13 times 15 divided by 22. We can cope with that. It's not easy, but we can cope with it. Okay, so let us work out between the two of us what we're going to do here. So it's 45 times 15. So let's do it a number at a time. So 45, let's do it this way. It'll be more obvious. 45 times 15. And then underneath we got 13 times 22. Okay. So, yes, we have to go a little bit over. We will do it over here. Okay, we'll do it over here. 45 times 15. 45 times 15. Okay, 15 fives. 5 fives 25. 5 was 5. So we do it the hard way. 5 fives 25. 5 fours 20. So that's 22. Okay, 1 naught naught. So we put a naught in here, and we go 5 and 4. So the answer equals, so we can go over here now and go equals, because we can add that in our head. Okay, we got 5 at the end, we got 7 in the middle, and 6 at the beginning. So it's 6, 7, 5. Let's do our line again. 6, 7, 5. And it's divided by 13 times 22. Let's do it again over here. In fact, let's make a bit of space. Okay, up here. 22 times 13. 3, 2, 6. 3, 2, 6. So 1, 0, 0. 1, 2, 2. And 1, 2, 2. So the answer is 2, 8, 6. So over here we go 2, 8, 6. And we're getting there. So 286 into 675. Is there anything we can divide into each? Not easily, because we got a 5 there, we got a 6 there. No. I'm just going to rub that out at there, so we got a bit more space. Okay, so let's come over here and just rub this out here. Okay, and that, and then we go back to equals, go back to the pen, equals 286 into 675. We'll go twice, 2. Because we know 326, yeah, it's going to be way over. So twice 286. I'll go twice. And then what over? So we got to do a little bit of addition again. So I'm going to, again, do a little bit of rubbing out. Okay? And I'm going to come up here and give ourselves a little bit of space, because we have to do a calculation. We'll leave that line because that's quite useful. Okay, so we got 286 times 2. 286 times 2 is 2 6s are 12. 2 6s are 12. 2 8s are 16, 17. And 2 2s are 4, 5. So 572 from 675. That's easy. That's 103. So here we are. We have the answer. We go back. We change this to a red pen again. And we go 2. And we've got 103 don't like it. Give me a moment. Do not like it. Better. So we have 103 divided by 286. So it wasn't an easy equation by any stretch of the imagination, but we used the method to work it out. This is the advantage of having a method. It is not the numbers or the equation, it is the method. So let us go back regarding the method. Let us concentrate on what we did to achieve our understanding of what our results are. So the first one was 613 times 715. We put it all the numbers over the top and all the numbers in the bottom and multiplied them out. 6 7s are 42, 13 15s 195, and then we broke it down a little bit. We managed to reduce it to 14 65ths. The next equation was a little bit more difficult, but because it was not a true fraction, and it's impossible to work unless you use true fractions, we converted them to true fractions, 45 over 13 and 22 over 15. We then multiplied it out. We broke it down first. We put 15 into 45 is 3. So there it is, and 1. So 1 is 1. And there it is, the 1. So we got 3 times 22 over 13 times 1. 3 times 22 is 66 divided by 3. And 3 equals 5. With 1 over is 5 and 1/13. That was not difficult. But again, that's the method. So again, looking at here, we got 6 over 13 divided by 7 over 15. What we did, we flipped the 7 and the 15. We put 15 on the top, 7 on the bottom. 15 on the top, 7 on the bottom. We ended up with 6 times 15 divided by 13 times 7. And that equals 90 divided by 91. Well, I have to ask the question, was that difficult? No. It's the method. If you use the method correctly, you're just multiplying numbers. And we all knew that from the age of 5. So it's good. Right, final equation. 3 and 6 thirteenths divided by 1 and 7 fifteenths. That equals, we have to straight away convert into fractions. You cannot do these equations unless you convert into fractions. Once you're into a fraction, they are easy. So we converted it to fractions first. 45 over 13 divided by 22 over 15. Still got the divide there. We then went the next stage, 45 over 13 times, and we flipped. The 22 and 15, we flipped it and converted it into a times. And now we're starting to think, oh shit, this is easy. This is very, very easy. So we've got 45 times 15 divided by 13 times 22. Okay, it's a bit laborious, but it's not difficult. 675 divided by 286. And that equals 2. And then we had to twice 286 was 572. 572 from 675 was 103. So 103 divided by 286. That was the final answer. All we're doing is multiplying simple numbers by other simple numbers. Multiplying simple numbers by other simple numbers. Some of the numbers are a little big and we have to use the longhand multiplication. But that's okay, because it's not difficult doing the longhand multiplication. It just takes a little bit more time. And then what you've got to remember when you're dealing with a fraction, you do it, first of all, convert everything. Everything. If you haven't got a fraction to start with, convert it into a fraction. And if you've got a division fraction, flip it. So it becomes multiplication. And then everything is plain sailing. So I hope you remember now that it's not numbers, it is methods. If you understand the method, you will always be able to cope with the numbers. And as I said, do not panic. Just look at what you've got and say, I want to convert this into something I understand. If you convert it into something you understand, it becomes easier. Yeah, would you agree with that? It becomes easier. Convert it to something you understand. I'm not worried what it is. And my next lesson will be basically looking at percentages. And percentages, again, are not difficult. As long as you keep thinking to yourself, convert into something I understand. Once you're into something you understand, you can manipulate the numbers, multiply the numbers, come up with the answer. It is that simple. So I hope this has been useful to you. It is basically a method. The method is the key. If you can remember the method, and you watch this video more than once, remember the method, you will always be able to do these. Always. They are not difficult. Okay? Thank you for your time today, and I hope you have enjoyed working out the method of how to get these right. Thank you, and you take care. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and then you'll get my other videos on all the other problems that I will be solving with you. Subscribe and ring the bell, and by ringing the bell, that will tell you when I've uploaded a new video, and that's going to be useful for you. You take care. Thank you.